Today's topic is opioid analgesics and antagonists. Let us see what is analgesic. So analgesic is a drug that relieves pain. Basically, it is a painkiller, and opioid is an analgesic which is obtained from papaver somniferum. Prototype of opioids is a drug named morphine, and the compounds which are derived from opium or are chemically like morphine are called as opiates, whereas the compounds which have action like morphine are called as opioids. Now let us see receptors. There are three opioid receptors, namely mu receptors, kappa receptors and delta receptors. Let us see action mediated by each one. First is mu receptor. Actions are sedation, analgesia, constipation, respiratory depression, rigidity, euphoria, and meiosis. Actions mediated by kappa receptors are dysphoria, which is psychomimetic effects like hallucination, anxiety, worry, constipation, analgesia. For delta receptor, it is spinal analgesia, modulation of hormones, and release of neurotransmitters. Now, all these three receptors are GPCR receptors and mu receptor opioids, that is, the drugs which act on mu receptors have dependence producing action due to its euphoric action. So, addiction is possible with mu receptors. Now, there are some endogenous peptides which are present in the body, and these act on the receptors and produce analgesic effect. For mu receptor, the endogenous peptide is endorphin, for kappa it is dynorphin, and for delta it is enkephalin. Let us see mechanism of action. When any opioid binds to receptor, it causes opening of potassium channels, which leads to efflux of potassium ion out of the cell, causing hyperpolarization. And because of hyperpolarization, it inhibits the entry of calcium ions into the cell. Also, it blocks calcium channels. Now, there is decrease in calcium ions, which leads to decrease in release of neurotransmitters. Now, classification. First is agonists. Now, natural alkaloids, which consist of morphine and codeine. Second one is semi-synthetic opiates like diacetylmorphine, which we commonly call as heroin, phenylcodeine, ethyl morphine. Synthetic opioids consisting of pethidine, also called as meperidine, methadone, fentanyl, L-fentanyl, sufentanil, and tramadol. Now there are some agents which act as agonist on one opioid receptor and antagonist on another. First one is kappa agonist plus mu antagonist. Agents are pentazocine, butyrophenol. Mu partial agonist plus kappa antagonist, including buprenorphine. Antagonist. The N drugs, naloxone, naltrexone, and nalmefene. There are two antagonists which are peripheral antagonists, namely alvemopan and methylnaltrexone. Now let us see the general actions of opioids. On CNS, it shows sedation, analgesia, cough suppression, CTZ stimulation leading to nausea and vomiting, respiratory depression, euphoria, meiosis, dysphoria. Peripheral actions. First on heart, generally these opioid agents, they do not have any effect on heart except for pethidine and pentazocine. They increase the heart rate. Second is constipation. Third is increases intrabiliary pressure because of constriction of smooth biliary muscles. It aggravates bronchoconstriction. Now, tolerance developed to all these actions except for the three actions, that is 3C actions: constipation, constriction of pupil, and convulsions. Now let us see each drug in detail. First agonist, morphine, which is a prototype. Now morphine has affinity towards all the three receptors but have highest affinity for mu receptors. Metabolism. Morphine is metabolized by glucuronide conjugation, and when it is metabolized, it gives two active metabolites called as M3G, which is having neuroexcitatory property, and M6G, that is morphine 6 glucuronide. Now, if there is renal failure, it can lead to accumulation of both these active metabolites, which can result into seizures due to M3G and prolonged opioid action because of M6G. Uses. Now, morphine is used as an analgesia, also in myocardial infarction and acute pulmonary edema, and as pre-anesthetic medication. Morphine can be administered orally, intravenously, rectally, intramuscularly, intrathecal, epidural. Now, contraindication. Morphine is absolutely contraindicated in head injury because it increases intracranial pressure by causing retention of carbon dioxide, and this retention of carbon dioxide is because of respiratory depression. Second is codeine and fulcodeine. These both drugs are used as cough suppressants. And diacetylmorphine, it is very potent and fast acting, but it has a high abuse potential, so it is not used. The next drug is pethidine or meperidine. It is a least potent drug and it has anticholinergic like actions also. How it is metabolized is pethidine. 99% of pethidine is metabolized by MAO-A to pethidinic acid, which is inactive, and 1% is metabolized by demethylase to norpethidine. This norpethidine has tendency to accumulate and it is also a CNS stimulant, so it can lead to seizures. So now the patient with renal failure in which norpethidine is not excreted, or the ones taking MAO inhibitors, so the 100% is converted into norpethidine, may have seizures. Pethidine is used to reduce shivering after anesthesia, and it is contraindicated in myocardial infarction. Why? Because it has anticholinergic like action, so it will increase the heart rate, causing tachycardia. So it is contraindicated in myocardial infarction. The next drug is methadone. Now, the methadone is long acting and it is less addictive than morphine. It shows same effect of that of morphine, but it is less addictive. It is administered orally, intravenously, intramuscularly, and rectally. Action. It shows two actions. First is agonist to the opioid receptor. It also blocks NMDA receptor. Because of this blocking of NMDA receptor, it shows good pain relief in neuropathic and cancer pains also, which is not shown by morphine. And it is also used in treatment of opioid abuse, how we will see later on. The next drug is fentanyl, L-fentanyl and sufentanil. These are highly lipid soluble drugs and they are used as adjuncts to other anesthetic agents. Administration. Fentanyl is applied as a transdermal patch or by buccal transmucosal route, and sufentanil is the most potent opioid. Pethidine is the least potent. Now let us see general contraindications of all the agonists. So first one is biliary colic. Why? Because as we have seen, these agents cause constriction of smooth muscles of biliary. So in biliary colic, it will be contraindicated. Second, in asthmatics, because it aggravates bronchoconstriction. Head injury, as we have seen, morphine is contraindicated. And myocardial infarction, pethidine and pentazocine is contraindicated because it has anticholinergic like action. It will increase heart rate. Caution. Now, patients who have pulmonary, hepatic or renal dysfunction, these opioids should be administered very cautiously. In case of infants and elderly also, and in case of pregnant women also. Why? Because it may lead to in utero physical dependence of the fetus. That is, the fetus may get addicted to these opioid agents, and after birth severe withdrawal symptoms may be seen in the baby. Now, agonist plus antagonist. There are few drugs which acts as agonist on one opioid receptor and antagonist on another. First one is kappa agonist plus mu antagonist. It includes pentazocine. Pentazocine is somewhat similar to that of pethidine. It increases heart rate because it also has anticholinergic like action. It produces psychomimetic effects with hallucination, anxiety and nightmares. But it is relatively safe in biliary colic due to its anti-ACH action. Next is butyrophenol. Now, it produces equivalent analgesia like morphine, but it shows more sedation compared to that of morphine, and it is only opioid which is available in the nasal formulation, butyrophenol. Next is mu partial agonist and kappa antagonist. So the drug is buprenorphine. Now it is useful as analgesic and it is an alternative to methadone for management of opioid withdrawal. Now let us see antagonists. Now what antagonists do, they reverse the opioid effects when they are administered, but they show no action in the absence of agonist. So there should be agonist, then and only then these antagonists will work, and they are mu receptor antagonists. There are three ones: naloxone, nalmefene and naltrexone. The first two can be given IV and the last naltrexone is given orally. Naloxone is short acting whereas the other two are long acting. Now, naloxone is a drug of choice for acute opioid poisoning and naltrexone is a maintenance drug for opioid poisoning. Now, where is naloxone used is neonatal resuscitation, that is to reverse the effects of opioids if used during labor. Okay, and it is given with opioids IV in addiction cases. That is, if both of them are given IV, the opioid as well as naloxone, which is taken in case of addiction, the naloxone will reach first and it will stop the euphoric effect of the opioids. And naltrexone is used to prevent relapse after opioid de-addiction, and it is also used to decrease craving in chronic alcoholic patients. Now, there are two drugs which are peripheral antagonists of opioid receptors, which is albumopan and methylnaltrexone. These are used for opioid-induced constipation. Now let us see opioid de-addiction. Now, chronic intake of opioid causes physical and psychological dependence. As we have seen, mu receptors have more dependence. If someone who is taking opioids on a large scale, sudden stoppage may cause severe withdrawal symptoms which may be life-threatening also. So our main aim is to first stop the further use of the drug, followed by maintenance of de-addiction to prevent the relapse. If the addiction is of shorter duration, then if we stop it suddenly, then mild withdrawal symptoms are seen, which can be treated with beta blockers and clonidine. And if there are longer duration addiction, then sudden stoppage may cause dangerous symptoms, dangerous withdrawal symptoms. So the treatment is we replace the addictive drug with methadone. Why? Because methadone stimulates the opioid receptors in similar way, but it is less addictive. Then we gradually decrease the dose of methadone and then eventually we stop it. This is called as maintenance therapy. Now, to prevent the relapse, naltrexone is used. Why? Because naltrexone will block mu receptor, and if person after de-addiction take opioids, there will be no euphoria. And if there is opioid poisoning, the treatment is use of naltrexone maintenance therapy. Thank you for watching the video.